Good Friday evening, everyone. Just want to give you an update on our weather forecast for tonight, and we're going to look ahead into next week. We've got a lot to talk about. Let's jump into it. So this is the current radar at about 10 or 15 after 7 is when I screen captured this. And you'll notice there are some echoes showing up on the radar. Many of these are not reaching the ground, especially the bluish echoes you see across Middle Tennessee, including on the Cumberland Plateau. It's going to take a while for this dry air mass to moisten up. So it's going to be a while before we see raindrops reach the surface. Now, where you see the greens and the yellows and the reds, especially down toward North Mississippi, North Alabama, that is definitely reaching the ground. And that is actually moving our direction. So you see that heavier rainfall will be moving in as we go through the night. Now, as I've said before, the temperature profiles of the atmosphere are not very supportive of wintry precipitation. Until you get to these lowest levels of the atmosphere, I'll talk a little bit more about that here in just a moment. But the atmosphere is such that when precipitation first begins, probably have some sleet mixed in with it, some wet snowflakes, but should not cause impacts as temperatures will be at or slightly above freezing. So, and we're going to hover around that 33 to 35 degree mark, it looks like, throughout much of the night, with temperatures staying steady or even rising a bit as we go through the night and southerly winds continue to pick up. So again, still not looking for a winter storm tonight, that's for sure. But when the precipitation first begins, just be aware you may hear some sleet pellets or see some mixed precipitation in your neck of the woods. Now, the next 5 days are looking very busy. Okay, so again, we've got that possible wintry mix with the onset of precipitation tonight. That won't last long before everything just switches over to a cold rain. Getting up to the low 40s on Saturday. Much of that rain that you see on that outlook is for Saturday morning. By afternoon, we should just be mostly cloudy. Now, in the latest data coming in for Saturday night into Sunday morning, another disturbance will be coming through, and the models have trended a little bit more vigorous with that disturbance. And any precipitation that it produces would more than likely be in the form of snow flurries or snow showers. Now, you'll also notice that for Saturday night, we dropped to 33. If we stay just above freezing, then none of those snowflakes will have any impact on anything. But if we can drop to, say, 32, then you might see some of those snowflakes accumulate on something, and that accumulation would stay under ½ an inch. So not looking for a big impact from that. May not see any impact at all if we can't get those temperatures below freezing, but it is looking more and more likely that we will see some snow flurries and some snow showers across the plateau Saturday night into Sunday morning. Only getting up to 40 on Sunday, and with west winds 10 to 15, gusting to 25, you can believe it's going to feel a lot colder than 40. Monday, looking fine. Partly cloudy skies, clouds increasing as we go through the day. Highs in the mid to upper 40s, but my goodness, southeast winds increasing to 15 to 20 miles an hour, gusts to 25. If you think that's a stiff breeze, wait till Monday night comes around. We start seeing gusts to 40 miles an hour, maybe even higher. Tuesday, heavy rainfall, highs in the mid 50s, west winds 20 to 25 miles per hour sustained. That means blowing constantly at 20 to 25 miles per hour, gust to 45 miles per hour. We could see gusts to 45 miles per hour Monday night. Some of the data is suggesting wind gusts as high as 50 plus miles per hour. So that will cause sporadic power outages across the plateau. So be prepared for power outage Monday night into Tuesday for sure. I can't remember the last time we had winds that strong that we didn't have some power issues. Tuesday night, colder air spills in. This is a very powerful storm system. Colder air spills in, rain changes to snow, and we could see some light accumulation by Wednesday morning. What do I mean by light accumulation? I mean around the 1 inch-ish territory. Again, nothing earth-shattering, definitely not a big winter storm, but definitely something that could cause some problems. So you not only have those strong winds Monday night and Tuesday, then you got the wintry precipitation that could cause some problems by Wednesday morning. Highs on Wednesday, it looks like right now would get to 40 degrees. So any impacts felt by that snow Wednesday morning should diminish by that afternoon if that part of the forecast holds true. That's 5 days out, so temperatures could change in our future forecasting for that. So the headlines from this 5-day forecast: chance of wintry precipitation tonight with the onset of the rain, but that will not be impactful. Another chance for some snow flurries, snow showers Saturday night into Sunday morning should not be impactful unless temperatures can drop to 32. Then we may see some slick spots here and there. Not too worried about that. What I am concerned about are the strong winds that will be coming in here Monday night into Tuesday, and then the snowfall that could occur Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. I will add this. Whenever we forecast snowfall from what we call wraparound events, that means that's moisture that's left over on the storm system. Sometimes there's a little bit of moisture left over, sometimes there's none. So that part of the forecast for the wintry precipitation Tuesday night and Wednesday morning, I'm a little less confident in that. But the data has been very consistent in showing the chance for some light snow in that time period. So we can't ignore that. That is for sure. So here are the current watches, warnings, advisories. You'll see that on the other side of the Appalachian Mountains, you see all those winter storm watches and warnings and advisories for freezing rain, sleet, and snow from western northeast Georgia now, actually, all the way up into New England. They did issue some winter weather advisories now for northern Kentucky. That's where the activity that will be developing tonight. They could have a little bit longer period of time with some mixed precipitation at the onset of the precip. And so they went ahead and issued winter weather advisories for those folks that will last a few hours. If you look farther to the west, you see all kinds of advisories out across the western U.S., and that will be from our storm system that will be blowing in here by Monday night. So I'll end with this. This is the weather balloon launch this evening from Nashville, and this is always very telling as to what we can expect. And I circled that area where you see the green line kind of darts over to the left real sharp and then comes back. That's showing a pocket of dry air at about 10 to 14,000 feet above the surface of the plateau. That is a very dry layer of air. So we not only have dry air here at the surface, we've got a really dry layer of air just above the surface, and that usually causes the precip to start out as sleet. As raindrops fall through that dry air, they evaporate. Well, evaporation is a cooling process, so that layer of air will become colder. So when future raindrops fall into it, they freeze into little pellets. As that layer moistens up, which usually takes a couple of hours or so, if that, but in that time frame, you'll see sleet pellets mixed in with the rain, maybe some wet snowflakes and whatnot, but the surface temperatures will remain either the lowest I could see us dropping tonight would be about 31, 32 at the onset, and then quickly rising up to 33, 34, and then kind of hanging out in that neighborhood through the night. So yes, this is a very cold rain. But it does look to be a cold rain just based on all the data that we've gathered throughout the day today and in previous days from all the data that has come in. So next week, though, is definitely looking active, so we need to keep an eye on things, and I'll keep an eye on things. I'll keep you updated on all the latest. You just keep it right here to meteorologistmark.com.